Well, it's a stunning morning in sunny Tasmania and I'm with Ken Orr, one of the best trout guides in the business. And Ken, over the past 10 or 20 years, there's been a massive surge in private fisheries for trout in Tasmania.
Absolutely, Paul. Yeah, no, it's gone from being just Jason Garrett's London Lakes, which was the first one in the 80s, and developed into a multiplicity of sort of farm stay type fisheries. Twin Lakes with their trophy fishery, and now we're here at 28 Gates with a lovely farm stay.
It is a magnificent farm stay. The cottage is just beautiful. The good news, it's called 28 Gates, but you don't have to open any of them because they've got a thing called a cattle grid. Let's go catch some fish, Ken.
Yeah, let's go. Have to put it out very far.
You probably heard the old saying, Murphy's Law. Well, Murphy just paid us a visit. Ken just thought we'd swap flies, and while we did not have a fly tied to the end of our leader, a great big fat rainbow literally rose at the rod tip, did a circle, and swam off, as if to say, try that for size, boys. Murphy's Law. Unbelievable. It was a beautiful fish too, eh?
First fish we'd seen, actually, since we got here, and yeah, had the dry fly nymph combination, which would have brought him undone, but I had chopped it off. What do you do?
Oh, there he is, right at your rod tip. Right, turning, he's going right along the weed just there.
I can't see him,
He's
mate.
just there, mate. He's at 2 o'clock. He's at 2 o'clock.
I haven't got my Polaroids
I reckon that's right in front of him. He was just cruising the bank.
Yeah.
At least we know the beat is working now. Within the last 5 minutes, just cruising the edge of that weed. Because we've seen a couple of rainbows actually working the edge of the weed here, Ken has opted for an indicator, which is that bit of fluff floating on the surface, and below the indicator, 2 nymphs, one at 50 centimetres, one at a metre. And Ken, I suppose we're just hoping that the fish moves through and they basically hit him right in the face he's going past?
Well, you know, I think that's what these fish are looking for. They're on this drop off on the edge of the weed, they're looking for emerges coming from the bottom to the top, and we're putting something right in their vision. We haven't got the bright sun. You know, it's a bit overcast, so we want something with a little bit of flash, something that's got a bit of attraction value. And with a caddis nymph, its head is, well, basically yellow. It's quite bright compared to the actual case. So that's what we're trying to replicate, and we'll see how. Oh, yes.
Got him.
Go, yes.
Well done.
Well done, Paul.
Gee, that was a...
Watch him, let him go,
Yeah. Very subtle take, wasn't it?
Yeah, just nipped it down. Keep that rod nice and high.
Very subtle take. It just slowly disappeared.
Yeah.
I expected...
He took it cruising that way, not sort of down.
I expected a massive whack.
Yeah,
Oh, now he's taking a bit of string.
Yeah, just keep that rod up so you've got plenty of shock absorption.
Yep. And he's just dogging it down. He's a...
Okay, get onto the reel, that's
there we go. That was just unbelievable. Ken and I were just talking a bit of fishing, and that's what fishing mates do. And just talking about left-hand reels, right-hand reels, and how fishing has come such a long way in fly fishing circles. And he just swum along and went bang, didn't he, mate?
Well, he did. I mean, it's quite often, well, especially in the river, it goes down bang, you know, the indicator's gone.
Yep.
Here, he obviously took it that way, and it just slowly went under.
I was almost in shock. I was almost asleep.
Yeah, keep that rod tip up. Give him plenty of shock absorption. Let the rod do the work.
Slow-mo. So, just explain about the rod up.
Well, the rod up, we like to work it right down to the butt. So you've got all that as your shock absorber. The further you get it down, the more direct pull he's got. So if he lunges and rolls, he can just snap that 4-pound tippet.
So
and we're only fishing 4-pound tippet.
Big spring.
Big spring, big shock absorber. These rods are designed to do that. I know in salt water we don't do that with our rods, but certainly with these we do.
Yeah.
And we want to try and get his head up.
Yeah. Are you shocked that he's staying down like this?
No, he'll bury you in the weed.
That's what he's trying to do. I can feel him.
And we've got 2 flies on there, so you know, it can be a bit difficult.
Now he's going.
Yeah, so when we get him closer in, try and get your hands and arms right up to get his head up. Put as much upward on him as we can. Just watch him with those lunges, Paul.
Yep.
We've got to get him through this weed bed, and we've still got that second fly hanging somewhere.
He's hanging in that weed.
Yeah, that's it. Get his head up.
Oh, he's a big fish.
Keep that right up, Paul. That's it, mate. Look at that. What a fish. Let's see what he weighs, eh? Well, in the old poundage, he's 5 1/4 pounds.
I would have called him 6, but who am I?
Yeah. Well, you got to talk kilos because I can't work them in kilos,
mate.
No, you're right.
You're right.
Yeah.
That is a monster rainbow trout, and just so easy. Like, put the fly out there. We've been here like 20 minutes. Let it sit there. You saw how hard I was working. I was just sitting there having a chat with a mate, and he just come along and went whack and just cruised. It was a beautiful thing. What a fish, mate. Oh.
How's that? Handling a ripper?
I suppose the next thing to do, Ken, is get that hook out and put him back to someone else and come and catch him.
Oh, you'd have to. He's too good a fish for anything else, isn't he?
Just taking some time. Look at that. Look at all that food that fish has just spewed up. That is amazing. He's actually vomiting up heaps of little insects and stuff. Look at that. There it goes again. Look at that. There's a caddis. I can actually see a little caddis there and all sorts of little shrimp. That's what this fish is feeding on. Obviously, look at that. There he goes again. Look at all that regurgitated food. That is amazing. I'm going to show this to Ken. We'll actually be able to see the exact nymphs and bits and pieces he's been feeding on, and then we'll be able to match the hatch even better. There he goes again. Look at that. That is incredible. Look at the food source there. Oh, look at this, Ken.
Oh, yeah.
What do you reckon that is?
It's either another fish or a frog.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, no, he's been on frogs, I reckon.
I'll tell you something too. Regurgitated frogs don't smell that good.
Doesn't smell good at all.
Oh, there he goes again. Look, he is totally thrown up. And Ken, the amazing thing about this, I do a lot of blue water fishing.
Yep.
This is exactly what a marlin will do to try and throw a hook.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Have you ever seen a trout regurgitate?
I've never seen a trout do it. I have, in all my life, I've never seen a trout do it.
You're serious?
Serious.
Well, how blessed are we? Because I've never seen it.
No, I've never seen it.
There he goes again. How many trout do you reckon you've seen in your life? Seriously?
A million.
A million?
I mean, yeah.
So, oh, there he goes. He's ready to swim, this guy.
Go.
Look at the colour.
Yeah.
Now, come and have a look at the colour of this fish. Remember we had him out of the waterfall, he was almost black? And I reckon it's because he was stressed. Now he's more relaxed. Look how bright and light that fish has gone. And I reckon that's a sign that he's nearly ready to go. So I'm just going to let him sit there. And when he's ready, there he goes. I'm going to let him swim. There he goes. Come on. Yes! Got him.
Well done, Paul.
Thanks, mate. You know what? I was just starting to daydream a bit.
Yeah,
Ken.
I know you were. You were wandering.
The eye was wandering left.
Yes.
But I still saw
Yeah.
out of the corner of my eye that thing go under.
Good.
It was 36 degrees here yesterday, Ken.
Yeah.
Do you think it's made these rainbows a little sluggish?
Bit sluggish. It's warmed these waters up. I mean, we've had a lot of rain, colder waters. The fish have been fighting tremendously. It has. It's made these fish a little more sluggish. Not quite getting the fight out of them that I'd hoped, but still, they're really good fish.
Well, it's a good fight, but it's a different fight. It's more of a dogged fight, whereas I'd expect a rainbow to run hard,
and jump and
all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, this is head down. It's more a bullish brown fight.
It is.
Looking for somewhere to hang you up and...
I just got to look at him, mate.
Yeah.
And I think it's fair to say it's a serious rainbow trout. He's coming round, this fish, which is nice.
Yeah, well, just don't bury him. Just try and keep him out in the... Just change the angle of your rod a little, Paul, and
Get
bring
him
him
back
out
out.
of that weed, yeah. I can't get out a lot deeper here.
That's all
We
right.
just need to get him into this clear space.
He's coming round again.
See if we can get that head up a little.
He's got that head. No, that's a
He's
big
burying
tail.
that head, yeah. No, I'm not getting him, mate.
It's a very, very... Just don't go in much deeper, Kenny. I like you the way you are, not the bottom of the lake.
Just get that head up. I'll get him if I can. Get him head first.
Serious fish, and the reason I got into fishing as a kid is because you just can't see a trout or a fish unless you take it out of the water. And now we can see that fish. Do you want my hand, mate?
No, she's right, mate. I'm just going to give him a bit of a look. I always like to see just how big these fish are.
Very big is my answer.
He's big.
I'm saying he's...
Have a guess.
I'm going to say 6 1/4 pounds, Kenny.
Oh, not quite, mate.
What is he?
He's smaller than the last one.
No way.
Yes, he is. He's only touching 4.
4 pounds?
Yes. Still, yeah, a great fish in anyone's language. I mean, the beauty of this, you can come and do it yourself. You don't need a guide. I mean, if you want to learn to fly fish, I can teach you, and then you can do this. You know, just a phenomenal place to come and have a fish.
That fish fought twice as hard as the last one.
Yeah.
And to the naked eye, it looks bigger.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? And yet, it's not.
It mustn't have the volume of the other
weight.
fish.
It hasn't got the weight.
Unbelievable. Bring him up, we'll have a good look. What a fight. What a fish. It's just gold. Absolute gold.
What do you want to do with him?
Right, we'll just lift him out gently.
Yeah.
You're right.
See, it hasn't got the volume.
It hasn't.
It hasn't got the depth. It's a beautiful fish.
I reckon it's not far off the same length, but
Another
just,
female,
yep.
just hasn't got that depth and width. It's just not quite the same volume, but still a beautiful fish.
And I reckon,
Nice little hump on the head there.
great lesson there too. I reckon you should weigh more fish. If you do keep a fish, either weigh or measure it. Because what happens, Ken, you catch a 6 pounder, right? You call it 6 pound. Then if you get that first one wrong, if we had called that 7 or 5,
exactly.
then this one you'd say is only 3. So if you are going to take a fish to eat it, make sure you weigh it because it just keeps your scale in there.
Yeah,
I'll tag you, mate. I'll take him for a little walk into some clean water. We'll let him go. Oh, he's got some power. This one's good. And I'm just going to walk him up. I'll say something just about this fish. Compare this fish to the last fish we caught. Very few spots on his back, which is interesting, and very few spots on his tail. Generally, rainbow trout are very, very spotty. Totally different looking fish, even though it's of exactly the same genus. Yep, got him, Ken. How's that?
well, you know, for a fly fisherman, that's not too good. We've put the fly rod away and look what's happened.
For a fly fisherman, Ken,
Yeah.
I make a very, very good lure fisherman.
You do, yeah. I think we should keep you on the
Oh,
lures.
that's a good fish too.
He's a good fish, oh yeah.
Oh,
Don't lose him.
He's much better than I thought.
Yeah.
And you know what? When you're fishing a wet, as a lure fisher, I've done a lot of lure fishing for trout, you're almost lure fishing, aren't you,
You
with
are,
a wet?
yeah. I mean, we were using an exciter pattern, and you know what you put on is just that.
It's got
Cut
me.
a lot more water,
It's got
a lot
me
easier
excited.
too. Yeah. I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Yeah, my
And-
word.
Oh!
Oh yes.
Oh, that's
Oh,
a
good
fish. That's a good fish.
This fish is not done yet, mate.
He's not done yet. And I think from a tourism perspective, these private fisheries are so good for people who aren't fisher people.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you don't have to be an angler to come here. You can come here, you've got 5,500 acres of farm. You can walk, you can bird watch, you can ride your mountain bike, you can do all sorts
help
of
them
things.
shear sheep at the right time of year.
Or just chill out. And you know, you and I were talking about that earlier. The sort of pressure we work under, just a lovely place to come and spend a couple of days and chill out.
Well, if you want to know the pressure I work under, just look at the tip of that nano rod. That's some serious pressure.
Yeah, well, you should be a guide.
Here's our chance, I reckon, mate.
Come, mate, get his head up.
Oh, it's a beast.
There he is.
Well, that is a thumping. So just watch that second treble, mate. We'll actually get this fish on the shore. You want to weigh him?
Oh, I do. That's the biggest fish of the day. That's almost 6.
Almost 6.
Almost 6 pound.
Well, when you're catching almost
that.
6 pounds of rainbow trout on the 3rd cast with your lure, that is a wonderful thing. The private fisheries in Tasmania, you must come and fish them. And it's not about the fishing, it's about taking time to stop. No iPads, no iPhones, just a bit of IFISH and fun with the family.
Come and smell the roses. That's really what it's about.
Well, smell the rainbows anyway. Come
Yeah.
and check this one out.
Yes.
So to come here to a place like 28 Gates, Ken, to bring your wife, to bring your husband, to bring your kids and actually see the joy when they catch a fish like this.
Yeah, I mean, to catch, if that's your first fish ever, just imagine how magnificent that can be. I mean, my fish wasn't anywhere near that big, the very first one I got, and I guess yours wouldn't have been either.
My first trout, I don't reckon he was as big as this guy's pectoral fin, but you know what? It doesn't matter because it made the heart
You
pound.
remember it, yeah,
And I
always
will
remember it.
never ever forget it.